that first load of the day. I was really scared I had the DreamHack overlay on for a second, and I remembered, like, that's right, we're on Korea. I never did DreamHack on Korea. One day? Question mark? Anyways, hello, good morning, welcome to the OlimoLeague. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rifkin, cast this morning with, of course, Zombie Grub. I believe I've balanced our audio, it sounds good, but if there are any issues, make sure you state them in chat so we can take a look at it and hopefully get it fixed ASAP. But to kick things off in this first best of 3, in the round of 16, spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, from MVP, it's going to be Center.
Number right odds, the Blue Zerg. It's CM Storm's Revival.
I gotta tell you, nothing against the DreamHack overlay or whatever, but it is so nice having everything back on the bottom. With Game Heart.
Wouldn't know, man.
Which overlay do you use?
The Game Heart one.
Oh, right, you never had to use the DreamHack one.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought we used the same thing. Well, Center, sending some SUVs off to the side, trying to be sneaky. He's 2x in his own half on the map. This is interesting.
I guess there's a much higher chance it won't be scouted.
That is true. I mean, we're seeing overgrowth. It's not just Koreans. It's not just the cheesy players. Even the best players who play like macro games 9 times out of 10. They're still 2-rexing and overgrowth. But usually these 2-rexes are over here. Not over here.
Yeah, they're right above the Zelnaga, or they're right on that gold, or I mean, sometimes see them at the third too. But like, I might have seen like one game where they were over here. But yeah, I don't know. It's not gonna be scouted, so I guess it did its job. Not that Revival was scouting for 2x to begin with, though. His drone did not go out to search, so he could have totally gotten away with anything else.
Yeah, it's, I guess, the safe approach. So many 2-rexes are shut down before they get a chance to begin. Like, that's usually the way this ends up stopping, too. That drone scout picks off the SCV building. It gets really annoying, and no problems. But Revival, not playing super greedy, not going for, like, 3-hatch gas pool or anything quite so dumb, so this is always rough when you do a 2-rex, especially when you put in hands with somebody capable like Center. I do like the safety bunker coming down first.
Yeah. Well, I like the safety overlord from Revival, which is kind of odd to say that, but a lot of Zerg players send that second overlord to the top base, like top section of Center's base, so they make sure they get a good scout. If you just leave it at the natural, you will see the bunker go down, and that would be your first alert to a 2-rex, if you're not going to try and drone scout, that is.
Well, Center steals 5 minerals, starts poking the drones, just all around being a dick on top of this 2-rex, man.
It looks like Revival's not gonna try and hold the low ground.
This is interesting. A lot of players have very unique, very different ways to deal with this. 2 drones are brought down to make spine crawlers. There we go.
Alright, well, he's got to. Oh no! Both of them could be canceled. I don't know. Center didn't really micro that correctly. One of them definitely could have been canceled. Or just plain killed. Well, I guess they will be anyways.
2-lings did manage to sneak out of the base, but this is not going to be enough to do much. Maybe force some repairs on the depot or kill an SCV or something, but like I was going to get into, though, a lot of players have different ways to approach this. One of the most popular ones tends to be just get a creep tumor down here, so you got creep to spread for later. This base tends to be sacrificed when it's this dedicated. Anyways, you put all your defense in the main. Then we see some weird 1-base attacks, we see some Baneling busts, we'll see Zerglings en masse. I mean, nothing that Revival is currently doing I'm particularly loving for this. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to lose his hatch rate no matter what.
Yeah, even the spine call is finished. They have to uproot and then reroute, and by that time, Center could just focus down the hatch.
Yeah. I'm not sure what happened to the other 2 lings, by the way. I thought they were going to go for the middle ones or something, but I guess they got cleaned up somewhere along the way. Broodling's trying to micro on top of the SCVs. Not really that great of a choice, but spine callers do manage to get in position to take out one of the bunkers. Slow and steady.
Yeah. And he will be able to bust it. Center, though, they kind of also weird good news that since his barracks were so far away from Revival's base, they're not that far away from just, landing.
Okay, cancel the CC on the low ground. I was going to say, that would actually be the thickest wall. Double Rexes in a command center, but this many lings are not going to break through the bunkers. He's got no Baneling nest behind this, so the bus power is not here.
Yeah,
Back at home.
Well, that was weird. That's why I call it like glided, like Miss United States. Glide. It's gonna go down here. There's no chance of using that queen. Just one more pop out of the bunker and you kill it.
Somebody's
It's gonna hold.
So yeah, Revival cleans this up, but still without a natural base stone yet. Needs to get, of course, the hatchery up ASAP. I was expecting, like, if you're gonna go for a bust, you'd have already dedicated to this, but he stopped mining gas a long time ago. So for speedling all in, or speedling anything really, I guess the one thing he has going for him is he knows his opponent's not gonna have a factory back at home. There's not gonna be Hellions anytime soon. He can also deny his opponent's natural for quite some time.
I'm very surprised by this lack of factory too. Like, well, it's not usually what we see. We usually definitely see people go get gas earlier. They get that factory as their third building. Or their fourth if they need an emergency barracks to put down, like if they did try to block off the natural. But no factory at all is certainly a weird way to play TVZ. I guess.
Well,
I guess
the
it's
third,
fine though. Like
the third CC is, I think, a little more common than the quicker factory, right? Just because you're always worried about SCVs being down.
Yeah, it's third CC and then factory, or vice versa. But okay, it does put it down. It's only after one additional racks, which is the weird part. So I mean, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. Like, Headling's just supposed to, deny creep for the most part. Like, if they get drone kills, that's cool. If they get lane kills, that's cool. But really, they're there to control the map. And, well, if you know that you're dealing a lot of damage to your opponent, I don't know, I guess you're going to have a lot of marine. Like, it doesn't matter.
So we didn't actually see the reactor come down for this factory, but instead of Tech Lab. And I like the idea of getting the tank out. He's playing super duper defensive, which... truthfully, he doesn't need to, but he doesn't know that, right? So oftentimes as a Terran player, once you do this with the 2 racks, you're expecting a counter all in. Whether it's Roaches, whether it's Banelings, like, the idea is that the Zerg player is usually very far behind, but Revival's actually not doing so bad. He double expanded. His drone count's looking okay. Ooh, I'm getting a bit of lag. Is this me or just you? Is this just me, or are you getting this too?
It's just you.
Okay, that was a bit awkward. Anyways, the point I was trying to make there, sorry, was that, yeah, he's expecting the counter all in, so I kind of like the idea of getting this tank out.
Revel does slow down on Bailing Nest, but I wonder if this is just like precautionary, or if he's actually trying to try and do something here. He's still droning for now, so I suppose not. He couldn't get a scout in, right? Because he never sent that second overlord to the top of the main base or center, so he has no idea if there is, 3 racks is coming and a blue flame Hellion or something like that.
Well, I guess, I mean, having the Bailing Nest down in and of itself is not that big of an investment. It's nice to have that safety option available. Better have it and not need it than need it and not have it, right? The Spine Core is repositioned around here to, I guess, defend the third and be a little bit out here exposed. But I gotta tell you, I wasn't expecting this creep spread to be out so crazy. Not the way this started. This is actually looking fantastic as far as creep spread goes, even by regular standards. Yeah,
well, that is what you get when you don't get Hellions behind this. He is moving out. Okay, this is what I thought he was gonna do, right? Like, you have so much barracks production. Yeah, it's not with Stim, so not like particularly great. And no, it's not with Medivacs, but it's such a surprise timing that those are so many Marines that Revival. If he doesn't see this coming, which I don't think he has so far.
No, he's making a couple safety banelings. This isn't reactionary, not just yet.
Yeah, it's not enough, right? Like, those are gonna get focused down immediately, and Revival's maybe gonna lose his third, or at least a lot of drones.
It's Marines without stim. There's a hell of a lot of them.
There you go.
Marines without stim. There's no combat shields.
Creep. Yeah, walking on a creep with no stims could be so dangerous. Does clear it up, and he has that tank. Like, one good fire has a lot of banelings.
That is true. That is true.
Oh, he's so close to shooting them.
He's got no Zerglings eating the fodder for this. That's kind of what he's got to wait on. Like, he's feeling pressure to move in a little too soon. The book's fire. Yeah. Still gets some pretty decent Baneling connects regardless, but I don't think it was enough.
The Ling Swamp, with Revel has to consolidate first, but it should be able to take everything, clean up everything.
Yeah, I kind of wish though he had just waited like an extra 10 seconds for those Lings to
come in. Me too.
Feeling pressure to move out so early. I mean, I understand it. Your base is under threat and all that, but as you say, cleans this up, but still a very messy hold out of Revival. But holds nonetheless. It's worth noting he lost more Lings and Banelings than he did drones, so still sitting on like 67 workers. His income's looking fine behind this.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call that a successful attack from center, but it doesn't. It's at a point like it doesn't really matter either though. Like, look how many Marines he has behind this. Turtle's like not gonna do a counterattack and do any damage. He got up his third. He pressured and expanded, which is what you should do. and his production is starting to get like really, really great too. So while I didn't do a lot of damage, it was like just a little bit of pressure. So Revival maybe doesn't get that fourth that early. He still can't be super greedy.
Yeah. Stim is available at the same time in the meta bag, so there is that little bit of extra kick of a difference right now. I kind of like these sneaky lings ready to dip around from behind if possible. Looks like Center's gonna see this.
Yeah, it's reinforcements to take care of it.
Bit of another third base to take, but I guess it kind of works if you're looking to pressure up the north side of the map. That way your rally kind of goes towards your base. Be able to cover it. Ooh, Revival. Like, get some good kills with this. No bunker down.
Unless the Hellions find them.
Now they do. Meanwhile, attack goes off towards the third. Baneling speed not done yet. So close to finishing. These Banelings will not get much for them. A couple Hellions.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a big gas investment, and you see that Revival is starving on gas. Center finally does use up that bank that he had. Looks to be going into a Hellbat composition. Hellbat Thor composition.
Yeah. Blue Flame's kind of cool to see. We've been seeing a lot more Hellbat usage here, rather than the opener, but more as like the closer. But I think Widow Mines are still good to have. However, Center playing without them is not a bad thing.
Well, and, we always talk about in a normal game when Starks didn't happen, like a mass Baneling style is pretty good, like it's just swamping the Hellbat Thor composition. But if you know your opponent's gonna be completely gas starved, like they're not gonna have that many Banelings. Revival is only now just getting up to a fourth. He should probably prepare the gas geysers. It's really what he needs. I guess that was supposed to be a drop over to the right. Not sure why he unloaded. Oh, he's gonna unload and snipe the fourth just by walking over there. Okay.
Good work. She's with the one Marines. Not really a lot here. Muta's finally out though. So Medivacs.
Whoa!
Why? Okay. Well, fuck that spine collar in particular.
Looks like it was needed or anything. Baka, Jesus.
Doesn't even look like Marines, man. That was like not even like an innocent mistake, right? Like, Dram hack instead of Dream hack, that's an innocent mistake.
Oh,
Target fire your spine crawler, though? Come on.
Champions as opposed to champions?
Yeah, Total Biscuits thing I never realized until they pointed it out.
Oh, God.
Ling run by, but, the depot is down. Center gonna see this? Oh, he does!
So
possible. That was almost like, how did that depot raise last second, right? However, he's gonna need to get out of here as the Marines do come back home to the fan. So Banelings are made behind this. Not a whole lot of them, but they can still
so few Banelings. No, you're not gonna. Yeah.
Well, there's more Banelings here in the middle of the map, so perhaps a swamp over here and distraction will allow them to bust to the front of that base. But Thors are out, as you pointed out. I don't know, man. There's
not really mass Banelings, but it might just be enough. And
right, like if the Hellbats go down.
Yeah,
if the Hellbats go down, the Thors are cleaned up by the Lings more than the Mutas. Bit of a equalizing force of trades here. Both boys just losing a little bit of everything. The Mutalisk count wasn't that high to begin with, but the Zergling Flood is going to certainly outplay the Marines.
Pick up the SCVs. There you go. That was his plan, but they ran into Banelings trying to be picked up, so not so good.
Yeah. Okay, so Revival shuts down the third of Center. This is actually kind of a big deal for someone who's got this mineral heavy with things like Hellbats and Marines en masse, but he's got to get out of here with what he has here. Don't give away anything for free. Take a nice little sort of advantage there and just back off with it.
Now he has a fourth base too. So, well, that was a really, really big investment because there was just so many Banelings with the backup really not having that great of an economy. It definitely, I think it was okay. Like, it did a lot of damage. It caught, I think, Center really off guard because, of course, it was off creep and you just don't expect to be attacked off creep.
Yo, Revive actually doesn't have vision of his own watchtower, by the way. So he actually doesn't know there's two Marines there. Yeah, there we go. Scan goes down, it's just a bit awkward.
Well, Center did lose a lot there. He's not entirely out of it yet. He's still at 49 SCVs with the main mined out. It's actually not that bad. He does have a fourth, though. This is going to be, I don't know, increasingly worrisome.
Awkward as hell drop. One Hellbat, one Marauder, two Marines. It's like a grab bag of units. So just grab a little bit of everything. Upgrades, though, are something we do need to point out. We do have Center on his way to 3-3, whereas Revival's just sitting on 1-1. Now, there have been instances of players who can win the game without upgrades, but when it comes down to it, these Zerglings become worse and worse and worse as time goes on.
I wonder if it's intentional or if he forgot. With the amount of Banelings that he's getting, I don't know. It might be intentional. he's trying to do like that pig thing, you know, where it's just like, you know, well, you know, upgrades for banelings because it really matter as long as they have like a gazillion banelings. Maybe not.
I wish gazillion was a real number sometimes. It'd be so cool to actually like visually see like gazillion banelings.
There is a, you know, like million, billion, and then trillion. That goes on beyond that, and I don't know what the real words are.
I know, and then it gets like crazy. They just start calling things a Google. A Google's like 1,000 zeros or something, isn't it? I can't remember. It's like the biggest freaking number you ever heard of.
He does start 2-2, by the way, and I noticed they did quite a big gas bank, which is so opposite of what he had like 6 minutes ago. So I was kind of like, maybe not intentional, maybe maybe a mistake, because that bank's pretty large.
Well, Center has continued to stay here at the third. He never took the base down here. Revival has creep spread just so weirdly all over the map. It's not weird to have creep spread per se, but it's weird to have like this much creep spread against a player like Center.
It's so bizarre. Google is 10 to the 100th.
Yeah, I told you. It's like they just stopped. They just gave up and they started
They just
like.
gave up.
They're like, all right, make a sound with your mouth. That'll be the next number.
All the other ones make sense, right? Because they're like sept and, you know, octo, like, you know. This one not so much.
As we see, the Marines just taking no damage. It's level 3 weapon upgrades, level 3 armor in just a second. There we go. So now 3-3 versus 1-1. The Banelings are still going to be incredibly explosive. Their damage will be good, but the Zerglings are the big question here on whether they'll be of any use whatsoever.
Small counterstock over to Center's third. Remember that Center is still not on a fourth.
Decent Baneling wipes the army out over there, but
oh god,
that was the reinforcements. He's still got to deal with the front lines, and that's a hell of a lot of Thors.
That like Thor choke thing that was terrifying. Still a lot more Banelings left over though.
Units are spread though, not clumping. Good magic boxing here out of Revival. We'll see if it's going to be enough. The Thors are not so good when they get massed upon like this, and as we see, they start to fall. But there's just so many Marines left standing underneath this.
That was a really great split at the end.